Yo. Welcome to the Choppin It Up podcast featuring your boy, Jordan.
What up? It's your boy, Eric.
And we back at it with episode number 9.
9?
Bro, every time I forget, I'm like either it's 8, 9, 10. I'm always get confused with it,
Yeah,
bro.
we're almost there. We're almost at 10, bro. It's almost our
We're almost
10
at 10 weeks, bro.
episode anniversary.
Hey, we got to celebrate.
Day anniversary, whatever.
So what are we talking about today, bro?
Today, we are going to be talking about, if I can speak, we're going to be talking about Anderson .Paak.
One of our favorite artists, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. One of my top, 10 artists right now.
Of all time? We won't get to that. I ain't going to get you started.
I don't know if I don't know. Yeah.
That's
a different topic
we'll talk
on
about
its
that
own.
later.
But for sure,
Next
right
podcast,
now,
top 10 artists of all time.
All right.
Okay, cool.
For our 10th episode.
Yeah. Honestly,
Boom. All right, cool.
coming soon.
So you got it first here. And so Anderson .Paak, I feel like currently right now is one of the best artists out.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's one of the best artists out in any genre of music because you can see his influences come from not only from the hip hop, the R&B, but also there's a lot of soul, a lot of you can see the punk influences that he has on some of his music.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely see the gospel influences he has on it. So
Yeah, big time.
I highly believe that Anderson .Paak is going to be someone that changes and shifts the culture of what music is right now.
I agree. I 100% agree. I remember when he first came out, and I didn't really know much about him. I think at the time he released a lot of good music, and I was like, okay, let me check him out. I kept on hearing him on the radio. I had friends of mine that would play him, and I'm just like, yo, who is this cat, bro? Like, this dude is cold. And then you look him up, and you kind of, look at his story and the music that he has, and I mean, he's an incredible musician, first of all. The dude can play so many instruments, and as a drummer, he's cold at the drums, bro.
Oh, yeah,
dude is
for
cold-blooded. And we were just watching the video, and he just, I mean, we can go all day about it, bro, but his music, man, is so amazing just because you can kind of tell where he got a lot of his influences from.
Yeah.
Big time.
You can definitely see the influences he has, kind of just looking at his earlier work to the work now that he's put out. His most recent album, full-length album, is Oxnard, which he just released a single to his newer album, Ventura, which I'm very stoked about, and I'll link the reaction to the King James track that we just reacted to. You guys can watch that.
Yeah, check that out for sure.
But so influences from everywhere, every direction.
Big time.
He started drumming for his church as a kid.
Hey, that's where it starts.
Man, that's where it starts.
That's where it starts, bro.
That's what you started with, right?
Honestly, yeah.
So you can definitely see the influences he had from and I'll say this, if you started as a gospel drummer,
You're gonna be cold, first of all.
that's true. That is very true. Gospel chops are something else.
Yeah. Gospel's where it's at.
But I feel like that stays with you no matter what genre of music you go to.
You can do so much with it. That's the thing. Gospel can go into different ways. You can do different rhythms, chops, whatever. But really, a lot of, or a few musicians that end up becoming artists, they either started off in the church or they started off playing guitar, bass, or drums at a young age. And I think with them being raised in the church and raised playing gospel music, honestly, was a huge foundation to, where they're at now. Because that's where it started, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Playing some gospel music, and that really gets you in a mood to really just expand. Because gospel, bro, it's so incredible, and I think now it's starting to kind of get a little bit dimmed in the industry, just because it's gospel. Nobody cares about gospel anymore. Well, gospel's where it's at, bro.
Yeah, no, I think you can speak on this more than I can, but I just from what I've seen, I watch drum covers or something like that, and you can see the direct influences someone has on the way that they drum
For sure.
by what genre of music they started playing first.
For sure. Yeah.
So like if you started, you grew up listening to rock and roll, and if that was the style of drumming that you had growing up, you can see that in your drumming,
Big
even
time.
though you're playing a different genre of music.
It really, man, it's all about where you start out. Because if you were raised in a culture to where, you weren't doing a lot of things, you weren't playing a lot of different genres, you're gonna kind of end up kind of being very bland.
Yeah.
But if you raised doing gospel or doing rock or whatever, you're gonna have a big influence on people that enjoy those genres.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's just crazy how it all starts from the bottom and
Yeah.
it gets you to the top. And so, I mean, and he's a perfect example.
Exactly, yeah. And he so right now he tours with his band, the Free Nationals, which
They cold.
they
They have an album too, bro.
they have their own music
Yeah.
out themselves too, which
Yeah,
they're a fantastic band. If
They
you guys
cold, bro.
haven't checked them out, definitely do so.
they are nice.
You will not regret that. But
Mhm.
you can see the different influences that he had of soul, jazz, hip hop, R&B,
Yeah.
kind of blended and all into his music. Which I don't know if you remember Venice very much, but I remember whenever he was put on Double XL, I was a little thrown off just because like his cipher wasn't the greatest thing, and I feel like a lot of people wrote him off because of it.
I haven't listened to it. I haven't listened to a cipher, and I'm kind of curious about it now because, in my opinion, I don't really look at him as a huge rapper. Like, he's an awesome rapper, but it's just like I look at him more of an R&B. I mean, of course he can rap and everything, but I don't know. I have to listen to it.
Let's listen to it real quick. We'll put a little snippet in here too, so you guys can see it. So
Yes, Lord.
already his fit is very.
I took your mama to Yard House. I took her to Yard House. I took your mama to Greystone. We got in with no problems. I bought us tickets to Key Sweat. It was live at Pachanga. Look, I took your mama to Oxnard. We went surfing on longbugs. Like I hopped on the stage. I hopped off the stage and got right on the plane.
His voice is so distinct.
I know it's a tip, but I'm bringing out Dre. I'm bringing out K. I'm bringing out Tip. I'm looking 3 stacks in the face. I'm with the Free Nationals. What more can I say? This is a trip. Lemonade, lemonade, baby, I'm faithful. What more can I say? I'm gonna cope with the pain. What more can I say? She's staring and waving. I'm looking the other way. My mind on my paper. I don't like to slay her, but she Asian and thick, so I might have to slay. Chap shade for the side piece. Sushi for the main.
Like
It's not that good, bro.
it's rough, right?
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's rough, and so I remember when this came out, a lot of people were kind of
Boy, we don't get your.
like a lot of people were kind of writing them off, and I see that because whenever you get on Double XL, you're expected to be this rapper,
exactly. And that's kind of what my point was, is that like I don't really, even though he raps, he doesn't really rap. He sing raps, if that makes sense. Sings, whatever.
Like he has like melody.
He doesn't really like just do bars and bars and bars. Like he does more. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he's a better singer than a rapper for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And so listening to that, I'm like, all right, Anderson, bro, come on, don't do that. Don't try too hard, because I just think that he's an awesome songwriter, but I just think that he kind of needs to stay more in that rapping, singing thing than just rapping.
Yeah, and I will say that I've seen some more recent clips where he's kind of done like a little bit of a freestyle kind of thing, and he's definitely gotten better, I feel like. But I feel like that's just a progression of him just
That's 2016,
practicing his art. And so just going back to that, Venice came out, and then he had Malibu, which Malibu is what really put him on the map.
Okay, I have a question. Is there a reason why he's naming all these cities in California?
Yes. So he's kind of going through the coast.
Okay.
So I believe he's talked about it in an interview somewhere, where he talks about why he's naming them kind of like that, and like each coast each coastal city has like a different vibe to it.
Okay, gotcha.
And so like,
oh, that's interesting.
yeah, so so he did Venice, Malibu, he did Oxnard, which he's from.
That's where he's from. Yeah.
And he's got Ventura coming up. So
And that kind of makes sense, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But it kind of makes sense to why Oxnard was one of those albums that people were wondering what was going on, because that's where he's from. That's where he's from, and so I think there's more personality, or in a sense, there's more of his. That's where he's from, and so he kind of has an idea of what people see that he was going through or whatever. And I think it kind of makes sense to why that was an album that people were like, okay, Anderson's really starting to make some moves for sure.
For sure. So Malibu came out, and that really put him on the map, and people were really kind of seeing who Anderson .Paak was, and that's an amazing album. That is probably one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, bro. Yes, absolutely.
2016.
Absolutely, bro.
I think it was fantastic, and it deserved a lot of accolades. But going on to 2018, he put out Oxnard, which was awesome.
Yeah,
had it produced by Dr. Dre. Had a lot of it was very hands-on, from what I've seen. A lot of interviews, a lot of the a lot of the talk shows he's been on and stuff like that, and radio shows where he talked about how much kind of Dre influenced the direction of the album. But it was very both hands-on with Anderson and with Dr. Dre. So I felt like that's why a lot of people might have been like, there's something different about this album than from his previous albums. And I think that people need to realize that there was two very hands-on people who are very strong in their opinions.
Yeah.
That maybe there was some clashing in some instances.
I mean, Dr. Dre is a legend, bro. I mean, he's a pure legend in the industry, and he's big on hip-hop and everything. And so I think with Anderson having Dr. Dre in the studio working with him on this album really, I think, pushed Anderson to the limits.
For sure.
I definitely made him out of his comfort zone, because Dr. Dre has done a lot. He's been through a lot. He's seen a lot. He's mixed a lot. He's recorded a lot. So it's just one of those things to where it's awesome that Anderson is willing to have, honestly, probably a mentor like Dr. Dre in his life.
I know that he's said it before, that he definitely is a mentor in his life.
And that's huge, man. And his music will continue to grow because he's listened and he's talked to Dr. Dre. And I'm sure Dr. Dre is giving him wisdom and just future ideas or whatever to continue to grow as an artist.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, people need to also look at, Dr. Dre doesn't work on very many things.
Nah, he's very picky.
He's very picky about what he puts his hands on.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was so hands-on and willing to work with Anderson this way just speaks volumes on who he is.
For sure.
So I think he has nothing but, ups coming up for Anderson.
I believe it. No, Anderson is an incredible artist, musician. I mean, I don't think people really understand the impact that he has just by playing instruments, bro. The dude is cold at drums, plays guitar, piano. He does everything. And that's important, bro, in creating music. I'm not trying to say that, if you're a producer or you're an artist that you have to learn how to play an instrument. But, man, when you have that arsenal to do everything, literally everything, man, the creativity and the ideas and the music, bro, can continue to grow because he's really doing everything,
Yeah, and I think you come with a different perspective when you are a musician who knows how to produce as well, who also produces, who also, is the artist.
For sure.
And I feel like you are more distinct in what you like and what you don't like, and you're able to kind of see what works and what doesn't more easily, as opposed to someone who doesn't have anything with that kind of background. So Oxnard, I personally enjoyed it. To me, it was a top 10 for 2018. So I don't know where a lot of people are getting these weird, like, he lost his identity on it or anything like that.
I remember seeing an article about it the other day, and I didn't really read that much into it because I'm just like, really? Like, he's just changing. His music is continuing to evolve.
Yeah.
And he's getting older as a person. So of course it's going to be different. I think people are so used to an artist, any artist, to kind of stay in that same zone or same genre or ideas to where, Anderson is evolving. He's changing his sound.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
changing his lyrical content, and he's going to speak more real stuff, especially now in a world of so much stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Things are changing. And so I don't get why people were complaining or even saying that he lost his identity, but I don't think there's nothing to be really worried about.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Something that Anderson said in like a lot of the interviews where people were asking him, what this album it really is.
Yeah.
And he said it's trying to be the same man, but in a new car. And I definitely can see what he means by that.
That's deep, bro.
Because he was trying to stay humble and all the things he's done, and
That's deep, yeah.
but he's trying to still be himself in a different place in his life where he has more success.
Wow.
And I think that's cool. I think that's really cool that he's self-aware of that change in his sound and in his like maturity and his influences.
For sure. No, I 100% agree, and that was pretty cool how he kind of talked about that, because I mean, again, man, he's performing like crazy. He's doing all these tours and putting out good music, but really it's all about continuing to stay humble through it all, through all the money that's coming in and the opportunity that he has. It's important, that any artist that is trying to come up and get some fame and spotlight, that you stay humble, because honestly, the industry and the culture is going to put you in a position to where you can be like, yo, I have all this money, I'm all this and that, but really, bro, it's not even all about that,
And I see it with, like, just look at whenever it was the Grammys, he didn't go because his son was sick, and he went to a clinic.
Yeah, see?
And he found out he won a Grammy at the clinic with his son.
The most important thing is
what
he
he did afterwards, it just shows the kind of person he is. He went to when he was leaving the clinic, he was somewhere where there was Girl Scouts selling cookies, and he bought all the cookies.
That's goals for me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just
Can I get the trefoil? Can I get the Thin Mints? Can I get the
just give me everything you got. What you got, I'll buy it all.
Yeah.
And
that's dope.
It was cool.
That's cool.
He's saying, well, I won, so I want somebody else to win too.
That's dope.
And I thought that was really cool, and it just shows, his humility and his just his nature, man. I think he's a good dude, and I feel like he's doing a lot of good things
for sure
in music. And that kind of just gives me a little good segue to talking about what he's doing with his music, Ventura.
I can't wait.
The new album list came out the new track list came out for Ventura.
Bro, I cannot wait, dog. And I remember I sent this to you, Eric, and I was like, bro, he is about to have, I don't remember how many songs it is. We're about to look it up. It's 10 or 11 songs, which is honestly, and this, call me crazy, but now in the album world, where album was so long now, 11 songs to me is like an EP, it seems like, and it's not, but it's just because there's so many artists now are putting out 15, 20 track albums. 11,
Drake.
Yeah, yeah, Drake, yeah, but no, 11, bro, and he has almost a feature on every song. There's a couple that doesn't, but there's a couple that does, and he has some R&B people on there. I'm hyped. I'm hyped, bro.
He's got some legends on this that I'm just freaking out about.
The first track, bro.
Just coming off the first track, he's got Andre 3000, bro.
Which I really want him to come out with an album, but we'll get into that coming in the future.
But just thinking that he has one of those legends, Andre 3000, man. Like,
I'm excited, bro.
Who better to start off your album than with Andre 3000, man? Like, it's going to be good.
No words, bro.
And then coming off of that, you got the first song is Come Home featuring Andre 3000. The second song on the album is Make It Better with featuring Smokey Robinson.
Bro, that's back in the day. That's them, bro. That's back in like Michael Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, this album is gonna be.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be, bro.
Just off of the song King James that we listened to earlier.
I hope it leaks.
You can already see.
I just get
no.
Lick it out, Anderson. Now, lick it.
honestly though, I mean, if you want to.
No, I can't do that. I couldn't do that.
But
I wish.
just listening to King James, and that song was so soulful and so groovy, and you just kind of wanted to sit there and just kind of just move your head.
I feel like this is gonna be that album, bro, where you just sit back, relax,
and you listen through it all the way through
with a drop top. Even though my car doesn't have a drop top, but we're gonna figure out a way for it to drop top.
We just gonna be cruising,
bro,
man. And so
with my 6-foot.
So we got number 2, Make It Better, featuring Smokey Robinson. Track number 3, we got Reaching Too Much, featuring Lala Hathaway.
Here we go. I know you don't know who she is. It's Layla Hathaway. Don't ever disrespect her.
Layla.
But no, she's amazing. She's
What did I
R&B. Lala.
I thought I said Layla.
Boy, they don't. No, but no, she's amazing, bro.
I don't know who
and
that
she,
is,
I
honestly.
think, and I can kind of tell what she's gonna do, because she's gonna bring that soulful voice into a song like this. That's why I really feel like this album is going to be so soulful, bro. Just because King James already was.
Yeah.
And so I think with her, it's I'm excited.
I'm sorry.
No, I know it's
Fire
fine.
me up.
No,
It's
you
okay.
know
It's
you
okay.
good. I
Fire me
already
up.
did.
It's okay.
Nah, bro.
Fire me up in the comments. I already see it. I can feel it.
Nah, you good. You didn't know.
I didn't know.
You
I don't know who it is.
You
I need
didn't
someone
know.
to put me on. So Layla Hathaway.
There you go.
Excuse my ignorance, guys.
That you didn't know.
I'm sorry.
Strike one.
You know. And so.
Nah, you good, bro.
All right, going on to track number 3, Reaching Too Much, featuring Layla Hathaway.
Yeah.
And then number 4, we got Winner's Circle.
That sounds like.
That sounds like it's gonna be like one of those fun songs. That
Yeah.
you wanna play at a party.
Yeah.
Then we got number 5, Good Heels, featuring Jasmine Sullivan.
She's nice too, bro. She's nice, bro.
I don't know anything about Jasmine
R&B
Sullivan.
all
Please
day,
put me
dog.
on.
R&B. This is gonna be an R&B album, bro. R&B soul with a little bit of some hip hop. It's gonna be just a soulful all around album.
Yeah.
I really do believe it. And it's just looking at the track list already, just kind of going through it back and forth. Honestly, bro, I wish it came out today. Today's Friday where albums come out, and I'm just like, I don't think I can wait till April.
Man,
But I ain't got no choice.
now that I have this ticket to go see him live, bro, I'm beyond hyped.
Oh yeah, I'm about to go though. We'll see.
Just do it. Just buy the ticket.
Y'all just send me like $200 in my cash
Sign
app.
up for our Patreon, which is coming. We're gonna be if you want to help us out.
Venmo, please.
And
I'll put my cash app and Venmo below. All right, bet.
all right, and then we got so track number 5, Good Heels, featuring Jasmine Sullivan.
Yep.
And then we got track 6, Yada Yada, which
Okay.
so we don't know anything about
We don't know
this
anything.
album other than the song King James. I feel like Yada Yada is gonna be a fun song too, kind of like into the Winner's Circle kind of vibe, but we don't know. I'm just assuming. So we got number 7, King James, which we will link below. We'll put right here.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to listen to that reaction to it, the song is amazing.
Yes.
It is mixed by Dr. Dre.
Controversial.
And it's got Sir from TDE doing backing vocals on it. So the song's soul. It's soul. He speaks some truth on it.
Big time.
He calls out a lot of things.
Yeah.
He puts he really gives props to Kaepernick and to LeBron James and just a lot of people, just not even specifying other people, but in general the community,
Yeah.
He's putting on the community.
Once you listen to it, you be like, dang. Like, you're going to know like what he's talking about, because it's going to really hit you in a way to where it's going to either wake you up or you're going to be mad. And if you're mad, you have some issues going on. But I won't go there.
Yeah. I mean, all I'm saying is that song, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. Then he's got track number 7, King James. Track number 8, he's got Chosen One featuring Sonya Elise.
Again, she's another soulful singer, which again, this is just gonna be one of those albums that I'm just can't wait for.
To me, I feel like this is gonna be the album that I play all summer long.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be a perfect summer album.
I feel like that.
Even though April is still kind of spring, but it's still gonna be that.
All I'm saying, it's gonna have that longevity where people are gonna want to put something.
That playback album gonna be incredible.
This is
I
gonna
need
be
that
awesome.
vinyl too.
So number 8, Chosen One featuring Sonya Elise.
Yeah.
And then we got track number 9, Jet Black featuring Brandy.
Brandy, oh my god.
Which
my mom even loves her, bro.
Oh, so you know.
She's You know who Ray J is, right?
Yeah.
So that's his sister.
Oh, what word?
Yeah, word. Dot.
I don't know anything about Brandy.
Just listen to it, bro.
So
You'll be amazed.
that'll be my homework.
Yeah,
Y'all's
definitely.
homework is to check out all of Anderson .Paak. My homework is to check out some of these artists.
Trust me, bro.
To go back and Layla.
There you go. Bro.
Layla Hathaway.
There you go. Hey man,
sorry.
you learning, bro?
I'm learning. All right. He's putting me on. And then so track number 9, Jet Black featuring Brandy. Track number 10, Twilight. You think it's gonna be a reference to Twilight, the books and the movies? It's gonna be Edward featuring Bella, featuring.
I was just thinking about that too. It could be.
I mean, I don't know. We could be talking about vampires.
Bro.
Oh, like the industry or some type of vampires. I don't know.
Conspiracies.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there. And then the one that I was the most excited when I saw
incredible.
the song that I texted Jordan immediately and was like freaking out this, I need this in my life, is What Can We Do, track number 11 featuring Nate Dogg. Ooh, I saw Nate Dogg on the features and I lost my freaking mind.
The OG, bro. Hey, you really can't get no much better than this track list, bro. When you have Nate Dogg and you have Andre 3000, you have a bunch of just amazing artists that has been in the game for years. Smokey Robinson, who is a legend in the game.
This, looking at this over again, what I see is a lot of wisdom. I see people who have been through it, who have gone through it, and I see a lot of influences that he probably had growing up. I see it. I see this album is definitely going to be a wisdom album.
That's powerful. No, that's and just the way it's written and the way the artwork is. I look at details like that because honestly, those details can really, in a way, tell you what the album's going to be like or the sound is going to be like. And it has that old school, very laid back, chill type vibe to me.
Yeah, and
we could be wrong. It could be very upbeat. It could be different than what I expected. But man, when I tell you, bro, I mean, it's just gonna really speak to you in a way. I feel like that it's just gonna be so important, And I'm excited, man. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
All right, so let's see, March 15th.
Wow.
Yo,
that's tomorrow.
Yo, that's today. Yo,
oh,
that freaks me out, dog. I had a weird feeling. I was like, I feel like today's the anniversary of Nate Dogg's death. And it is today, bro. I'm freaking out, dog. Oh, God, I got the chills.
And then he died in 2011, and he's on track 11.
Yo.
But I won't go there, though.
Yo, this feels weird. Oh, snap. I got chills. Okay, so, like, if y'all don't know who Nate Dogg is, this dude is a pioneer to, like, a subgenre of music in the rap, which is G-Funk. And if you don't know what G-Funk is, where you at?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are speculating that this is something that Dr. Dre had in the archives on tape, bro, like some old stuff.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
So I'm like, this has to be something amazing.
Now I'm really curious.
Yo, so on Nate Dogg's death anniversary, R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yo, so I think this album's going to be crazy. It's going to be one of those albums where it just shows his growth and his maturity.
For sure.
And I can definitely tell that, Anderson .Paak is going in a place where not a lot of artists have been to, just because of his musicianship, his ability to produce, his ability to just collab with people, and I just see it. He has nothing but good things in store for him.
I'm excited. I'm 100% excited, and it's crazy because over the years, at first I didn't really know about him. I kind of pushed him off. I downloaded the songs on my phone, and it's like, oh, okay, I'll listen to it. And I listen to him, and now it's just like I'm getting excited each and every year because seeing him on NPR or BBC Radio and all these shows, actually seeing him perform live, this dude is incredible. I remember my auntie showed me his stuff, and I'm just like, I really have to enjoy how creative that he is. And he's just, what he does is truly amazing. It really is.
It's crazy where, he is kind of in this place where people who are older than us can appreciate his music.
Yeah.
And like the younger generation can appreciate the music because of just how he's able to put a spin on a modern spin on old things.
Yep.
And to make it his own.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love everything that this guy has put his hands on.
No, the dude is creative, man. He's incredible. I think he's still an artist that people know about, but I feel like he's still making his way up, in the ranks. And that's, of course, it's going to take time, but I think that he's still a little underrated.
Yeah.
And just the way the culture is, I understand that, but I think with Ventura coming out, even with King James coming out today, I really think that a song like that and an album that will be coming out next month is gonna really speak to people. At least I hope it does, because I have the feeling, bro, that this album's gonna be for sure probably one of his best.
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree. And let us know what's your favorite Anderson .Paak project.
I want to know. Yeah, I'm curious, bro. I really am curious.
Is it his solo stuff? Is it his stuff with No Worries? Like, let us know what you guys think, what you guys are excited about.
I do have one
this
thing.
New album.
I want to see a Kendrick and Pac collab album. I want to see that collab album for sure.
Yeah, so Kendrick Lamar and Pac album would be crazy.
Yeah, it will be. So, all right, guys, this is the Anderson .Paak episode number 9.
You guys on.
We're gonna try to do more artist series episodes like this, to where we kind of pinpoint an artist, new artist, or artist has already been out for a few years, to kind of talk about them, how we feel like they've influenced us, and just kind of go into detail about their careers. And so I think this would be a really cool topic for us to do, because we can really dissect and kind of go into detail. So thank you guys for all the love and support. We'll be back at it with episode number 10, the 10-week anniversary of the Choppin It Up podcast.
Yes,
and we appreciate all the love.
Deuces.